we're gonna start out on my 7 Shimano gear. I want to say I'm in pedal assist 1. Yeah, so enough talking. It's a little windy outside, but it feels great, you know. I'm in like a short sleeve t-shirt. Yeah. So I actually originally was gonna do this video last night, but it actually wasn't filming, and so I'm actually happy that I chose today to do it. You know what I mean? So yeah, shout out to that. Excuse the wind. Got somebody coming, you know, gotta slow it down or whatnot. Here, let me put on, make sure my strap's all the way on. You know what I mean? Hi. But yeah. So. One thing, real quick, one thing that I love about this bike is that the full suspension, like this is my first full suspension bike that I had, and let's just say I've been through 4 e-bikes now, and so the full suspension, hell yeah, you know what I mean? You got 1200 watts that it peaks that out at on the motor. I want to say it's a standard of 750, and so like yeah, the throttle response is, I love it. You know what I mean? Like big dips like this, it's like I'm sitting down the whole time and it's bang, still able to climb. As you can see the terrain that I'm riding in, it's like check it. Like if you know what to ride in, how to ride, it's like you can be able to get through this stuff. You know what I'm saying? This neighborhood they're building over here is going to be beautiful. And so, about the bike, it's like, you know, I got like 1,000 miles actually on the bike. Now, the odometer says 230, but realistically, I tuned the bike to how I needed to be tuned for the way that I ride. And then I accidentally kept resetting the odometer. So, it's just like, you know, I'm trying my hardest, at least on the next bikes that I get. It's just, I'm trying my hardest to keep the odometer where it's at, just because it's just like, I'm fascinated with it, you know? Sorry, I had a bug fly in my face, but yeah. Hell yeah. See, like, man, every time I get on an e-bike, it's just a different kind of freedom. I'm trying to tell you guys, like, if you're, like, man, like, and I'm not trying to rub it in anybody's face or nothing, but it's like, dang, like, this shit, excuse my language, but it's like, yo, this became therapy, like, you know, this became like a therapy for me, you know? Now, listen, this is the famous trail that takes names. The Trail of Tears, obviously, you know what I'm saying? But, yo, it's like, look at it. Now, like I said, here soon, I will start filming the trail. Like, there's another entrance over there where you can see the cars. It's so beautiful on that side of the lake. It's like, that's like one of my favorite spots to like chill at for a little bit, you know? But yeah, anywho, let's get back to bike talk real fast. So, I had overall, you know, this bike has been the bike that has answered what I wanted. And so, shout out to Hidoes. It's like, you know, you guys keep doing your thing, you know. There's, you know, you're never going to have like a perfect product, but overall there's no complaints. You know, there is some cons that I do have about the bike. This, you know, the way that it was shipped in, some things were bent. My crank's bent, you know, but even with all those problems and to still get over 1,000 miles says a lot. Now, I always kind of wonder, another thing too, another like issue I would say is just like my screen is not the updated screen, and so I bought this in 2025. If you look on the website, the screen is different, you know, so it's like I wanted the updated screen, and like I want the newest of the new. It's like we don't buy the product for the old year. It's like you don't get like the old Xbox when they got the newest one out, unless it's, or especially when you have the money for it, if you're getting my analogy. So yeah, there's like some things, but even after all that, it's still been the e-bike that I was able to actually test and, you know, tell myself like, do I want to start doing this or not? So again, a shout out to you guys, Hidoes. And so the famous question, I guess, would be, would I buy this bike again knowing what I know? And honestly, it would depend. It would depend on if my stuff was gonna, you know, like if my crank was gonna be straight. Because right now, like my Shimano gear, like I had to, you know, fix that myself, and so I can shift through all my gears. But at first, I couldn't even get up to 7 or drop down to 1. But now everything's fixed. Like here, I can show you guys. So I'm dropping down. You see, I'm in first gear now, and I'm pedaling. So little things like that, you know, like if I got an updated screen and all that, then cool, yeah, I would, you know. So the big question is what I would rate the Hidoes B6 out of 5 stars. Dang. Now, I don't want to sound too picky riding. Like, this is me buying with my hard earned, you know. So yeah, with that being said, it's like they're hardly pushing a 4-star for me. Like it's not a 4-star. It's more like a 3.7 based off of how it was shipped in. Now, performance wise, and like I said, everything else is like it answers what I wanted. But it's a good bike you can upgrade. Like if you're looking for the perfect bike, then I mean, I hate to break it to you, but you're probably not gonna be much, like at least happy with, you know, the results. But I mean, it performs well for 1,200 watts. It's like, yeah, I was satisfied for going, you know, being able to hit 30 miles per hour. That's for sure. Like, oh, and then the brakes, it's RSX brakes. The brakes are really good. So yeah, since I'm riding back to the cave, if you can, tell me what kind of e-bike you want, or you know what kind of e-bike you got. What e-bike you think is the best? What e-bike you think, you know, I should get next? Because really the goal for me is at least to get like 5 e-bikes. Hell yeah. Hey, thank you, sir. Cruising. So yeah, like I said, you know, overall, you know, I wouldn't give it exactly a 4. It's close. I would say a 3.7, but it's not a bad bike. You know, will I give the company another chance if they drop something like, you know, if they drop something again, like, let's say if they drop like a Hidoes B6 2.0, like, or something of that nature. And depending on the specs and what it's talking about, it's like, hell yeah, like I might get that again. I might, you know, cop another one. You know what I mean? Originally, you know, I got a coworker that wants to buy this guy, and it's just like, you know, right now he doesn't have transportation, so he could really use it. And so eventually I'm gonna need space. And so it's one of those things where it's like I might get rid of this bike or I might keep it, but I mean, this bike has my heart because it's opened up the door for me to start e-biking, and it just, yeah. And so I thank God about it too, man. You know, and so yeah, it's still a good e-bike. You know, if you got, you know, 1200 or whatnot, you know, and if you want something that's gonna at least get you some speed and everything, then yeah, go with this. You know, but if you know, want to save up for something better, then I understand that too. Other than that, have a good ride.